Hey guys, Axton here again with part 2 of the Hitchhiker's Guide to Dark Souls 2. So, we've made it to the first bonfire here in the Forest of the Giants, and hopefully I can make it through here, show you a few of the secret shortcut areas, and get Larry some more clothes. Alright, looks like we've got a bit of a party going on here, which I really didn't expect to happen this early. So it looks like we've got to deal with these guys all at once. Now, I did do a bit of scouting a little earlier this evening with one of my other characters that I created, a warrior by the name of Suicidal Terry. I tend to use him more for bit of a speed run through, just to make sure that any of the difficult jumps I can do a bit of practicing with, or even a couple of bosses as well. Now, I've had quite a bit of practice with the lead up bosses anyway on my original Knight character, and I've found that a lot of them are pretty decent, reasonably easy to defeat, but there are going to be a couple that's going to cause a few problems. Like, a lot of people tend to have problems on the Pursuer boss, and just this afternoon I defeated the Serpent Queen, and that took me quite some time and quite a few deaths. So just beware when climbing up this ladder here. As I mentioned in my previous video, you can take it quick, but you will need the stamina when you get up here, as you're going to be rushed by about 3 hollow. Here we go. They don't want to play together too nicely. And of course an archer. And it looks like I've just woken up one of the sleepers. A lot of dodge rolling here for these guys. Oh, mistimed that. So, come on. Oh, no. That's not going so well. Alright, we'll just back off and double check our strategy here. He's going to swing 3 times. Here we go. Oh, he's doing the 5 swing. We'll just get rid of him, and then we'll deal with our friend with the shield here. So we'll just move back a bit and regenerate a little bit of stamina. A lot of the time, just trying to circle your enemies works quite well in evading. Rolling away is quite good as well, but you'll need to be mindful of your weight. Here comes another arrow. Now, this is the Hyde Knight. He won't attack you straight away. You need to initiate the battle by attacking him first up. He does drop a rather nice sword to begin with. It does a fair amount of damage and is also lightning enchanted. It definitely takes you through the game quite well if you get it early, but we'll be leaving him alone just for the time being. The Hyde Knight sword, as nice as it is for this time, I don't think we've got the stats to use it as yet. So we'll just come up here, grab a couple of extra items. Now, you're going to be rushed just around the left-hand side of these stairs here by 2 hollow. I think 1 with an axe, and you can see the sorcerer attacking them now. 1 with an axe, and I believe 1 with a sword and shield. So just try and get around the corner here quickly. No, it was a dagger and an axe. Oh, he nearly got me. So that fight is a bit difficult sometimes, depending on what type of weapon you're using. As you saw, I bounced the dagger off the wall a bit, and it's almost broken now. So just over here, I should be able to make this jump. I've made it quite a few times. If I fail, everyone can laugh in the comments at me. And I believe this is the short sword. Yeah, and the Soul of a Lost Undead. Now, just going purely by memory, the short sword requires 10 strength and I think the same in dexterity. Otherwise, you can't use it too well. I don't recommend using items that you're not proficient with if you don't have the stats, because a lot of the time you either have a large wind-up before you hit the enemies, and either that or the wind down where you overswing, look kind of clumsy, and it just leaves you open so that you can't roll at that particular time to evade any form of incoming damage. So this is the ledge where I sent Suicidal Terry. Just over there, as you can see, is an item. I don't think I'm going to chance Larry jumping over there, as it's not really anything too interesting. I believe it was a Soul of a Lost Undead and 10 throwing knives, but we'll just leave them be for the time being. So just check the equipment here. So okay, the short sword was 7 strength and 10 dexterity was required, so pretty sure we may have enough to actually use that. And the foot soldier sword, as I mentioned in the last episode, looks like we can actually start using that now. So I'll swap that out, that'll come in handy. So we'll just... Okay, that swings like a long sword. So we'll bypass the Hyde Knight for now. We'll wait until we reach the next bonfire. We may come back for the Hyde Knight afterwards, just to grab his sword. For those of you that aren't too sure, a lot of the weapons actually react different ways to attacks, and his is more of a vertical kind of slice action from bottom to top and then from top to bottom. It can be quite handy for taking out enemies on thin corridors like this, but some people can find it a little unwieldy. So if we ran straight ahead, we would have come into this room and been ambushed, but as you saw, I turned left instead. There is an item up behind this bookshelf here, so we can't degrade our fists. So wooden bolt for a crossbow. We get the crossbow a little bit later on. Now this is your first two-handed enemy. This guy can really hurt if he catches you off guard right at the beginning, but luckily his overhead swings are pretty slow. Let me guess. Illusionary Wall. Oh yes, of course it is. And look, it's not. Go figure. And that just ruined our sword. Thank you to whoever left that. Alright, well, either someone's growling or they've got indigestion. Alright, well, we'll continue on with our dagger and take out a few until it's near broken, because we're almost at the next bonfire. And if it breaks, that's the guy with the... Alright, we'll just take these guys out. Hopefully there's... Oh, now. Just break this. Get them a bit closer. So, I'm being a bit overly cautious here because I don't want to mess this up too much. Jeez, that guy was looking like he was going for a field goal. Come on. Yeah. So, a lot of the time he tends to try and jump down on you. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, I kind of cheated there and he fell, and just out of the circumstance I was able to drop stab him. Oh, sword's at risk. So, as you would have seen there as well, I mentioned in the previous video, when they die, if you swing through them again on their dying animation, it really destroys the durability of the item. You could probably rewind the video back and check that out. That last swing would have taken a huge chunk out of the sword there. So we'll just open up through here to the second bonfire for this area. And we're just going to have a quick rest, just so that we can repair our weapons here. And we'll come around here. Now, there is a nice item, but this guy is definitely alive. And we're not going to give him a chance to start attacking us with his halberd. So I'll just pick up the witching urns. Witching urns are more of a magic damage item based on the explosive throwing items that the other guy was throwing. Sorry, the name completely evades me here. I'm pretty sure I'll remember them a little bit later. Now, if you're wondering why I'm coming down this way, down here there are a few items. You can make your way back up to where we were before anyway. But I'm just coming down here to get the flame sword. So to prevent being ambushed by these guys, I am actually going to jump and roll past them. As, there's two guys here. Alright, so we've killed them. So we're going to continue along here. The two-handed sword guy is actually still alive now that we've rested at the bonfire. So he's going to be patrolling over there. And we're just going to make a quick little jump and collect ourselves up a human effigy. And we're going to make our way down here. He obviously didn't know which way we were going, so he decided to try and run down to head us off, but we're not going to jump down, we're actually going to run all the way around here. Just pop an S-disc. And switch over to the dagger, because I'm going to need the longsword shortly, and I don't want it to be destroyed by the time we get down there. So there's just a couple of more hollow soldiers down this way. So, another soul of a lost undead and a torch. So as you see, there's two just down there. Work our way down and destroy this other guy with the axe. Oh, and there's his friend. And he left us a throwing knife, isn't that lovely? So, I don't tend to use throwing knives too much. I've found they are decent until you get a bow and arrow, or even getting the crossbow, but I much rather carry a bow and arrow with me. You can manually aim that, and you can pull enemies from quite a distance using it as well. It's not as difficult to use in Dark Souls 2 as it was in Dark Souls 1. I found that the aim was off a little bit in Dark Souls 1, where the trajectory of the arrow tended to fly from right to left quite a bit. But, yeah, pretty much fine to use bows and arrows in this one just by aiming for the center of the reticule. I'm pretty sure that I'll show you how to do that a little bit later through when we actually get one. Alright. So there are two caves. We're going to go through this one first. This one's got a hollow soldier helm down here. So he can still get stabbed, but he can't get knocked out. Okay. So we got a bit of protection here. Oh, someone threw their short sword at us. Isn't that lovely? Sorry, we can't use that. So, this is the fire cavern. You want to move about halfway in and then turn around and run back out because you will get ambushed. There they are. You don't want to be running in there and trying to open the door to the cavern and have these guys running in behind you. Otherwise, you'll probably get stuck and hit by the fire serpent that's inside the cavern. I'm pretty sure Larry will feel the warmth of fire just for a small amount of time before he burns to a charred crisp. Alright, so we're going to take this slow because you can see it right down the end of the cavern. So he fires. We'll pick up the soul and we'll turn around and run before that hits us. I've tried to kill that thing a couple of times, but I don't believe you can. If anyone's actually done a video of killing it, then I'd be very interested in seeing it. That would be great if you could post it in the comments. But once you open the door, as you saw, I got hit pretty hard there. Took away half the life. But from there, it can't hit you anywhere past the door. So there's the fire longsword. I believe it's got the same stats as the actual fire, the actual short sword as well. No, just slightly inverse, 10 and 9, whereas we got 7 and 10. So we'll just get out of here because I don't believe all the explosions are doing any good for you guys to hear me over it. Hopefully I've fixed the mic gain issue that I actually had previously and you can hear me just fine over all the noise. But thank you to the comments by Otaku Attacks to help me out and let me know where some of the problems lied with the video. Alright, so time to find our way back around. So we got to backtrack a little bit here. So there's our friend with the two-handed sword, and just snuck the attack in there. Oh, and I'm sorry, Larry.